वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरो अपरानि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि समाति navani dehi. As a person puts on new garment, giving up old ones, similarly the soul accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. Makes it very easy to understand the change of the soul. Just like we have bodies, we have some dress, we buy some new t-shirt, and after some time the t-shirt becomes old. So what do? We have to throw that t-shirt and we take a new t-shirt. Very easy. Krishna is, making it so simple to understand. Prabhupada says sometimes we should understand this point. When Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita, he is speaking out of mercy. Krishna has nothing to demonstrate. He is worshipped in Vaikuntha by trillions of souls. And when we are speaking, we want to demonstrate knowledge. See, I am so knowledgeable. Okay? Krishna, where? Whole Vaikuntha, Goloka, they are worshipping him, but all the devatas are also worshipping him. Shiva, Virinchi, Nutam, all devatas are worshipping. Correct? What he has to demonstrate knowledge to us? When Krishna is speaking, he speaks out of mercy, compassion. So Krishna is making it like, in North India we say, Gadhe ka buddhi se samjho. It is so easy, even if you use a donkey's intelligence, it should be understandable. But the misfortune is even that much we don't have today. That's why people not understanding this one. Correct? People don't understand this one. They think something. Krishna is saying just like when you have a dress, Vasamsa Jindani Yatha Vihaya. Jindani means when it becomes old, you throw. In the same way, Navani Granati, Navaropurani, and we take a new dress and we wear that. Correct? All of us do that. At least how many dresses we would have changed already. The same way, the soul also changes bodies. Because the body becomes old and useless. Now suppose somebody is throwing his old shirt and putting on a new shirt. Is it a time to feel sad or cry? What is there to learn? So similarly, Arjuna should just do his duty, but what is happening? He says, Karpenda dosha upata sabhava. Arjuna's nature is to kill. His nature is to fight. His sabhava is a Kshatriya. Kshatriya means to fight and kill. But by miserly weakness, heart is stuck up. So Krishna is now trying to remove that miserly weakness in his heart by instruction. He is guiding Arjuna, representing one of us, that there is no need to be miserly in the mind. Why? Because the fact is, we have to see the light of truth. Bhishma and Drona are going to get new bodies. Fresh dress they are going to get. Suppose somebody says, please remove his old kurta and give him a fresh new kurta. Now what is to cry in that? There is no need to cry. So in that way, we are not saying now you go and start killing all old people, because some people may feel like that. Very, very unfortunate. In Japan is one of the countries where old people are very large in number. Even China will become slowly that country because of their one-child policy. And one of the ministers said this, I request old people, please quickly die. Not ordinary, cabinet minister. And no reaction, because the whole country is like the old people are the burden. This kind of attitude has come. So unfortunate. So we are not saying that. Arjuna wants to do his duty. He had no intention to kill Drona, Bhishma, but he wanted to punish the Kauravas. He has to punish the Kauravas. Then he is not a Kshatriya otherwise. Correct? He has to punish. Kshatriya means he has to punish a miscreant. Like last time we were discussing this point, Kauravas deserve death penalty for what they did. Any court of law, even now they will get death penalty. Even now. They try to first poison Bhima, they will get death penalty for that. You get or not death penalty? When you give poison to kill somebody, you will get death penalty. Then they put them in a house and burn the whole house to fire. Again they deserve death penalty. Correct? and they tried to strip their wife in public. Again, death penalty. So actually, they were candidates for death penalty. And I am as a Kshatriya, Arjuna as a Kshatriya is going to give, he has to do that task on behalf of the Lord. And last time we discussed, actually it is good for the Kauravas because their papa is cleaned up. Bhishma and Drona have come to protect them. Now, it is not Arjuna who wanted to kill them, but why they come to protect the wrong side? Okay? Suppose somebody has to be punished and you're coming to in the way, then you have to be punished. It is their misfortune that chose the wrong side for whatever consideration that is debatable. But mainly Duryodhana was maintaining them. Therefore it is said we should not take a man money from a sinful man. If you take money from a sinful man, you also become implicated. Because now what happened when Duryodhana is the problem, because he was maintaining them, they were obliged to side with him, no? Correct. Anyway, there are so many other angles also, but this angle is there. Prabhupada also mentions this angle. So it is their misfortune that they want to come against. But then now, why Arjuna should avoid his duty? He has to punish the king. Otherwise he is not a Kshatriya. He is a Kshatriya. He has to punish the Kauravas. Whoever has come to side with the Kauravas also has to punish them. Okay? Just like today, Indian government is mostly coward government. Misfortune of the country is we have non-violence. No non-violence. Non-violence is not part of Vedic culture. It is not there anywhere in the scriptures. Kshatriya cannot be non-violence. We are non-violent. We are ordinary people in the street. We don't take a weapon and attack anybody. But Kshatriya has to attack. If somebody has to be punished, he has to punish. Correct? Sometimes it does happen. Somebody comes to India, does a bomb blast and runs away to some other country. And we say non-violence. Not non-violence. Now we derive from this, that person has to be punished. And you have to follow that person. If some whole country wants to protect him, you have to punish that whole country. Yeah? Just like America killed Bin Laden. Perfectly right. Nothing wrong. He killed 10,000 people. He has to be given death penalty. For his own good, actually. Now they don't know that much. We know even more advanced. Manusmriti also says a murderer should be given death penalty for his own good. Because next life he will suffer more. Better finish his suffering now. Correct? But here it is cowardice. Actually they are cowards. So they use the word non-violence to hide behind them. See, suppose anybody is a fool, he will still try to justify his foolishness. That is how this world is. Actually the reason is they are cowards. They are darpok. But darpok, all ministers, all darpok. They have no courage to go on the battlefield. Previously Kshatriya means he will lead in the battle. Not like today. Today what happened? Kshatriya will hide and have nice bread butter and the poor soldiers will die on the battlefield. Correct? The minister will hide. That is not the way. You see in the Mahabharata, Duryodhana declared war, he was in the front. Only Dhritarashtra did not come because he was blind. Everybody came to the front. So you cannot be a good leader when you hide and say, you go. What kind of leader are you? Be in the front. That shows. Okay, so we understand this point. So Vasa and Jainali is all of us have an experience of this. All of us wear dress. And when the dress become old, we throw away. So in the same way, we should throw away the old body and we take the new body. This should be clearly understood. I wanted to give this example. I've been developing this. We're developing in a college. I was giving this example of the goat being slaughtered last time. And a goat is slaughtered, it doesn't know what is happening. Yeah? All his friends must be slaughtered. It is enjoying the grass which is lying in front of it. So all the enjoyment people are talking about has no meaning. Okay? Suppose you are in that, goat may be eating grass because of food. Even the animals have some sense. I think it's better than human beings. And I was telling you that video recently. So many cows are about to be slaughtered in some part of Europe. And some people, they collected money. They fell for the cows. Cows are already in the slaughterhouse for 2-3 months. They collected some money They just feed them, make them fat, and they slaughter them. So collected money and released the cow. They paid the butcher. Butcher said, okay, if I get my money, take it. They didn't take the cow, they just left them on a green field. They just were showing the video of that, how happily the cows were running, even pushing each other playfully, and jumping. How much happiness. Even they have better sense than modern day man actually. I tell you why. Suppose we are also stuck in a slaughterhouse like that. Men have been trapped. Sometimes it happens in the concentration camps. You heard about concentration camps in Germany, Nazi? They will kill person one by one. They will come one day, put one nail, pull one nail and go away. And one day they will kill one person. So everybody will live a terrible life. That is what is happening. One by one, the Kala, killing one person. Correct? Kala is slaughtering or not, one by one. But what we are doing? Nicely enjoying it. How fool we can be actually. Can you understand? How much foolish one can be? Suppose I have to be slaughtered any day. I have given this example sometimes. Suppose night we are told that morning will be slaughtered. We are caught in say Afghanistan. And Taliban people say morning they will cut our neck. And they will use knife. They will not even put a bullet. And we are thinking of enjoying in the night. How much foolish it can be. What should be thinking? Why I am undergoing this suffering? This should be the only question prominent in my mind. Why I have been trapped here? What is this injustice? Why I have to correct this question should be there. I am helpless. Why there people have caught me? In China, some people say, don't think about future death. You enjoy now. Many people talk about that nowadays. You live today, enjoy life now. Why you are thinking about it? China is a country where they do maximum capital punishment. Everything is economics there. They say, if you have to put in jail somebody for 30 years, so much expenditure and no return. Lifetime in imprisonment is a waste, no? There is no economic output, no? He's simply sitting in jail and eating 3 times and watching TV. So better finish him off. Therefore, even for a bribe, they have death penalty. There are no long-term sentences. In fact, they have death bans which go from town to town. If somebody was caught in bribe or anything which deserves, even now, long-term punishment, Amnesty International says in China, 10,000 people are given death penalty every year. 10,000. And the death bans, now previously they were shooting in public. They shoot it, always kill in public, not privately. And the public is also trained like that from childhood. They come to see person being killed. Kill him, kill him. They all shout around and they kill. Even girls. In our culture, Vedic culture, children and women and old people are never given any punishment. Even young girls, photographs are there given. Being photographed, being shot. Now they are, anyway, suppose you are caught like that. So some people say, no, nothing will happen. I will enjoy previous night. So BBC, what they did, very interesting. They did an interview of the people who are involved in giving this death penalty. This was some time ago when they were being shot. Recently they started an injection. It is considered more humane. Yeah, mercy or whatever you call it. No, they are young people. Mercy is old age. Giving death penalty. In one sense you're correct, it is mercy only. But now what happens, so previously the shooting. So they asked this man, BBC somehow, because it's the country is very secretive. You can't even interview anybody there. You have to take permission for everything. So they caught this man somehow and took an interview, his experience. They gave his interview. And he said the fact is, we do very fast, not like India, where the trial goes for 20 years. Like Rajiv Gandhi murder, trial is even now going on. The murder happened some 22 years, still trial is going on. They want to ask everybody in the town, I think Kanchipur, Shiparambur. They want to ask everybody in the town maybe whether this murder happened. What takes 22 years? I don't know. Actually, they are not sure of their own laws. That's their problem. Because these laws are speculative. In Manusmriti, when you are following the Dharma Shastra, there is no speculation. It says like that, proceed. Correct. Here we do, we are not sure. Therefore they are confused. Everybody is confused. Supreme Court is confused, ministers, everybody is confused. What to do, yes or no? Sometimes they become hard on it, then they become soft on it. Actually they have no policy. Confused. So then what happened? So we don't do like India where it goes for 20 years. 15 days we finish the trial. We quickly determine if he is guilty, next day we finish him. Not then it will get an application of mercy petition, and for 50 years it lie in the jail. Mercy petition, president will keep seeing, new president will see, new president will see. By the time the person will die. Recently they made exception for Kasab and one more person. Otherwise, so the person was asked, okay, that's fine. Comparison with India is fine, we all agree. But what is the nature of the person? We want to know about that. He said, we in the previous day night, we tell him that it has been decided, it has shifted. So it has been decided that he will be given death penalty. You will be given death penalty tomorrow morning. Decision is told him. Tomorrow morning he will be finished. No more. Otherwise, actually, it's the more suffering. He doesn't know when he will be killed. So next. So what is his condition of that person? He said we lock him in a room because what we have seen, they go to everybody and tell, what they are doing. Only stole 100 rupees, they are killing me. He will try to justify. That's what any fool does. He'll never accept I am wrong. Nobody will accept I am wrong. Correct? Nobody. No. Like that they run around, they cry, they howl. So we lock, and the first thing they try to escape. Anybody. We tell him tomorrow you're going to kill him, first thing he try to escape. So we get extra security and lock him in a room. So okay, that is fine. But then I asked you the question, what is the condition of the person? He said, I have not seen one person sleeping for 1 second in hundreds of capital punishment. I personally see 1 second. He said, even if you tell them, lie down, they can force. With the gun they are lying in the room, they have to watch that person, lie down on the bed. Even if he closes his eyes, whole night tears will come. He cannot sleep for 1 second. Sometimes they get up, if they have courage, they say, can you free me from this place? I don't want to die. And as a doctors also have experienced, no patient wants to die. So the reality is this. That means how much foolish we are. When I am going to be slaughtered any moment, I am thinking of enjoying. Isn't it the same thing? Any moment I will be slaughtered. True. So how can I think of enjoyment? Some nonsense thing. Therefore Bhagavatam say, Labdava, this is not pessimism, this is realism. Just yesterday I came to know, one boy came to me, said, I have one friend who is in a deep distress. I said, what happened? No, he had a girlfriend who died of cancer just recently. Young girl, cancer was detected, within 6 months she died. He is gone mad now. So if you do not be realistic, one day you will be ready for a shock in life. Correct? We have to be ready for shock in life. Therefore we have to deal with this world in a very detached way. Very detached way. So anyway, when the goat is being slaughtered, it cannot understand what's happening. And it is slaughtered. Fearfully it is dragged and killed. The same experience of death most of the people also have. Fearfully, they are in that condition, just like a goat. What do? Or now goat and hen, I was hearing, very popular here. I think it isn't banned, but it is still very popular. No, it is banned. I heard legally they have banned the cockfight, but it is still very popular. It's going on everywhere. People bet money, they drink and come and bet money. It's very correct. It is going on, no, still. Still, even peri, I heard in Mangalore.
Some of the coolers, they just...
Sure, definitely. So anyway, the question was, we see, how can I, so animals, you see they are dragged to death and fearfully they die. Either they are slaughtered or any death occurs. In a road, suddenly you see a dog is there, big truck comes and hits you. Like that we see death is so much going on. People are thinking, what is he doing, Swami? Today talking only mrityu, 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 mrityu. But it is a fact of life. We should understand this. Now the point is this. The animal is dragged to death. Most of the human beings also are like that only. They are dragged to death and they are very fearful at that time. And they very fearfully die. And also, if you look in their life, they have done nothing. They only do sinful activities from childhood to old age till death. There are some people who surround around. Sentimentally, they may say, he's a great man, but heart of heart, they know there was nothing so special. Correct? I was just seeing today some devotees had made some videos where Bhaksanda Prabhupada is departing from this world. When Gaur Krishnadas Babaji is departing from this world. Gaur Krishnadas Babaji says, Gaur Kishodas Babaji, he is a guru of Prabhupada's guru. He says, my life was such a misfortune. I could not become a pure devotee. This body is sinful. So after I leave my body, please drag it in the streets of Navadvip. Maybe it will be purified by that. He speaks to me. In fact, people tied him and they were about to drag when Bhaksanda Prabhupada lands up. He was his only disciple. They're shameless people. He is such a great soul, out of humility he speaks that. Now you want to drag his body. He does the proper, makes a samadhi for him. He was a great devotee of the Lord. Similarly, when Bhaksanda Prabhupada was leaving this world, he was also surrounded by disciples. And he was instructing them. That only mission, we are living in this world only to spread the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, to spread the mission of Rupa Goswami. We have no other purpose to live. Because so nicely, the statements of great man at great events. This is the event for an Acharya before departure. Even Ramanujacharya, you see his statement before he left the world. At 120 years, he was 120 years, he was at the place called Srirangam. I think we are going there now. So what happened was, Ramanujacharya, he says to the Lord Ranganatha, my Lord, my body has become very old now. Now I want to leave this body. And then he comes to the disciple and announces, now he wants to leave his body. So imagine all the disciples start crying. That should be the life. When the great acharyas, their life is so pure. And just take an example. A normal man, what benefit he gives to people? He may give some charity, some dress, some food or something. And when he is dying, definitely people will come and thank him because they have benefited. Such a great soul, he did not ask anything, he benefited. But when a great devotee dies, the benefit that he has given cannot be compared. Therefore you see Prabhupada, last it is recorded, the video is there. You see all the disciples in tears are crying with such intensity because they know how much he benefited them. Correct? That's a real thanks. So that is how our life should be actually. Finally we all feel when we leave this world, at least some people should say thanks, I really benefited. But the real benefit is spiritual benefit, not material benefit. Material benefit is just like somebody is drowning, you bring out his dress. The man has drowned. No? You're not giving him real benefit. Real benefit is spiritual benefit. Because the soul is drowning in this existence. So again and again we are being slaughtered. So this question should come to my mind. Why I have to see this suffering of death? When this comes to my mind, I can know at that moment what? Yes, my spiritual life will begin now. Take a this solution. Why I have to be slaughtered like this? What I have done wrong? Correct? Suppose you are being slaughtered like this. Somebody says, we are giving you death penalty, we are going to kill you now. And you can't escape. Definitely you go to that person. So why? What I've done wrong to deserve this kind of a punishment, correct? So this question should predominate in my mind, then I know I am a human being. And imagine, this is not nothing. Acharyas, the question predominant in their heart is that people are suffering because they are not aware of the glories of the Lord. And when they leave the world, they leave the disciples with an instruction. Please vigorously preach this mission. Every town and village, please go and spread the mission of Lord Chaitanya. Imagine how much glorious that life is. Okay, so all of us have to leave the body. It's a fact of life. And just like we change the dress, we're going to change the body also. And then Prabhupada says something more in this purport, that we should not forget this fact, the soul and God are different. And he has quoted that verse from, this is from Katha Upanishad and Sveta Ashra Upanishad. Some verses are there which are in two Upanishads. That means how serious they are. 2 times repeated. Vedavyasa, if you repeat something, it is very serious. Correct? When we repeat, and we repeat 100 times same thing, because we don't remember anything. Vedavyasa remembers. Yes, yesterday he has written in Shweta Upanishad. We will not even remember, suppose. Correct? Oh, he is a Vishnu incarnation. So what is it that? Samana vrikshe purushone magno. It is like in a tree, 2 birds are sitting. Samana vrikshe. Samana means same. And one bird is eating the fruits of the tree, other bird is watching. What are you doing? That bird is actually Paramatma. And the bird eating the fruits is we, Jiva. And sometimes the fruits are very sweet, sometimes the fruits are bitter. So sometimes in the life we get enjoyment, sometimes we get suffering. The other bird is not eating the fruits, is watching at you. What are you doing? And waiting to guide us. Therefore Prabhupada says, you have to surrender to this bird in the heart. And that is Paramatma. And the Paramatma is waiting. But today I am not, therefore there is 2 words called Sevon Mukha and Bahir Mukha. Sevon Mukha means I become in a service attitude, I look at this word, the Paramatma, please guide me. And Bahir Mukha means I look in another direction. It is actually wants to speak, but we don't want to listen. You think Krishna is special for Arjuna? No. For Krishna all children are equal. If Krishna guided Arjuna, he will guide us also. Correct? Arjuna also was questioned, why this kind of suffering I have to see now? To kill my own grandfather, teacher. Correct? Question was there. Similarly, the point is this question is not predominant in our heart. There was an old lady. This is the last now. This old lady was in a forest collecting firewood. Then what happened? The wood fell from her head on the ground. Firewood, even now they collect. They don't have gas and all in Himalayas and all. They go collect some firewood and they cook by that. They cook by wood. Simple system. But then what happened was the wood fell. So much she had collected, a whole bundle fell. How I am going to lift it now? She is alone in the forest. So Govinda, please help me. Just like Draupadi cried, she also cried. So Govinda appeared, Krishna appeared. He asked her, what do you want? You called for me. Please put this wood back on my head. Or put on my shoulder. Head is paining me. So we are also in the same condition. So much big. Are Krishna Govinda has come, you ask, can I come back to Vaikuntha? No. So much anxiety we have created in this world. We will ask Krishna, please solve this anxiety. The same example of Indra. When Indra got cursed and he became a pig, we should not insult Indra because Devata should not be insulted. They are directly appointed by the Lord. Don't think you are better than them. They are very great actually. Acharyas can say anything. They are Acharya. They are so dear to the Lord. They are even greater than the Devatas. But no, we are very small. We are nothing. Devatas are actually great devotees. Some mistake happened, he got cursed, became pig. So then Brahma came to Indra. He said that, see, the administration is not going on nicely. I'll relieve you from the curse. Come back. So no. How can I leave? So much responsibility I am having. So many piglets are there. So many wives are there. And life is very nice. So in our heart, if we are stuck like this, the desire to go back to Godhead will not be there. Okay? When the heart becomes free, only when the heart becomes free from the attraction of the world, from the enjoyment of the world, only in the heart, desire to serve Krishna will manifest. And all the love of Krishna will manifest only in that heart, not before that. Okay? So we should understand all these things. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.
Hare